London, the British Museum, for the last 2 centuries home to the Elgin Marbles. Now the Greeks want them back. But is there really a case for return? Let's find out together in this episode of Marble Games. Hi, my name is Mario Trabucco and I'm a classical archaeologist. I'm here at the British Museum in a Duveen Gallery to tell you about 5 reasons why I believe that we should keep the Elgin Marbles in the UK. First of all, they always talk about reunification of the sculptures. The problem is that this is impossible, as 1/3 of the sculptural decoration of the Parthenon has been completely lost to history, either because of the consequences of the massive explosion of 1687, when the Parthenon was blown up by a Venetian grenade that ignited the gunpowder that was stored into the building by the Ottoman garrison, or because the remaining fragments had been converted into mortar by the garrison soldiers themselves in order to use it for building their own houses all around the Parthenon. So the difference is actually between some fragments and more fragments, not between some fragments and the whole. Second reason is that even if you were to reunite the 1/3 of fragments that has been kept in London with the 1/3 of fragments that has been kept in Athens, then you still would not have a reunification of the monument, because the monument is actually comprised of the sculptures and the temple itself. Let's not forget that these are sculptural decorations that were mounted on the building. We are talking about architectural sculptures, not just freestanding statues. They will probably tell you that the Greek argument is that the statues cannot go back on the temple because of conservation reasons, to which I reply, why is it then that 10 out of 14 metopes of the west front of the building are still being left on the temple itself? The third argument that usually gets brought up is that everything is about integrity of the building. Now, if this was really about the integrity of the buildings, they would have asked also about the Caryatid of the Erechtheion, which comes from the same place, taken by the same man at the same time. And now this is not happening instead. They are not asking for the Caryatid back, they are not asking about the frieze of the Temple of Athena Nike, which again, taken by the same man from the same place at the same time. So it's not a consistent argument about the reunification of the buildings. It only applies to the Parthenon because of the special significance that the Parthenon actually has in the Greek mind. Special significance and a meaning that has been attributed to this building well 30 years after Lord Elgin had removed the sculptures from it. And we come to the fourth reason. The fourth reason is that the Greek accusation that the removal of the Elgin Marbles is the product of theft is entirely false. There was a letter of authorization issued by the legitimate and internationally recognized government that had power in Athens in 1801, and of this document we know virtually everything. Even if the Turkish original is no longer preserved, because it has most likely been destroyed when the Greek revolutionaries in 1821 destroyed the archives of the governor, of the Turkish governor of Athens, we still have an Italian translation that has been ordered by Elgin because his entire keep was made of Italians, and in order to empower them to know exactly the limits and the precise terms of this permission. This translation is accepted as authentic and absolutely conform with all other examples of similar letters of permission being issued by the Ottoman government to archaeologists and antiquarians all across the Ottoman Empire. And the fifth reason is that, as Percy Shelley once wrote, we are all Greeks. The entirety of Western civilization is built and founded upon the legacy of Greek and Roman culture. One Greek author, the famous rhetorician Isocrates, in his Panegyricon, chapter 50, once wrote that the name of Greeks is not applied to those who share a common blood, but to those who share a common culture, and we most definitely share a common culture with the modern inhabitants of the Republic of Greece. There you have it. These are 5 reasons why we should keep the Elgin Marbles in this country. We should keep fighting against ideological ethno-nationalistic claims and keep fighting for historical truth and reality. Thank you very much. Bye.